My name is Yanis Spiliopoulos. A few words about me before we begin. I'm a professional skipper based here in Athens, Greece. Based in Athens, but operating all around Greece. My job so far includes, of course, many years and seasons in the chartering, weekly charters, daily charters, and so on. I occasionally work at the maintenance sector on demand. I used to work on the maintenance a bit more in the past. When off season, I do, of course, boat deliveries, and I enjoy sailing for my own pleasure, and of course, participating in the sailing races that we are very, very, very lucky to have more of, many of them here, many sailing races here in Greece. So this is the second episode of the webinar series provided to you by Sailing It Around. And of course, in this second episode, the title is Sailing Areas of Greece, the Ionian. Today, we're going to talk about this fantastic, very, very, very beautiful part of Greece and of the Greek archipelago, located on the west side of Greece, including the westernmost parts of Greece. So these islands here are the westernmost parts of Greece. And after that, it's just the open sea to Italy, a fantastic islandic complex that includes fantastic places, very, very, very beautiful islands, and a coastline over here, a coastline which offers many mainland attractions and anchorages as well. It is a comparison that takes place all the time, of course, is between the Ionian and very, very, very famous, that we talked about it in the previous episode, area, which is, of course, the Cyclades over here, an inevitable comparison between skippers and sailors. The question we get often asked is, what do you like most, the Cyclades or the Ionians? The Ionians or the Cyclades? You know, the major comparison about them. Of course, this is a different area with different colors. It still reflects the huge history that lies behind it. The Venetian occupation, which lasted for many, many years, has influenced not only the architecture and the food, but also the people. Their manners are a little bit different. For me, is of course just another favorite place of mine here in Greece, and I enjoy sailing there very, very, very much. You're gonna find fantastic waters, green colors blended in with the turquoise blue. It's a fantastic area. So let's start our journey.
Just excuse me, Yanis, before you dive into the islands,
yes,
I want to say a technical thing. This is a webinar, so you can see us, but we cannot see you. And but you can communicate with us through the chat. You can write in the chat, and we will answer to all of your questions. And of course, we are recording this webinar, and it will be uploaded to our website. Yeah, just
yes. And to add about that, which means that you don't have to note down anything, because everything will be uploaded on the website later. Okay, so before we continue, I would just like to give you an outline of today's episode. Actually, what I hope in the end is going to be the outcome for you. So by the end of this episode, as I write here, I hope you're going to have a good understanding of the places, the islands, and the mainland spots. I told you about that. Many mainland spots in the Ionian that you should definitely visit. And by understanding that, you're going to actually get to know your options for the different anchorage options, as I write here, where you can either enjoy your swimming or spend the whole day and night, which means that many anchorages in this area can actually act as a secondary port or an alternative choice, especially during summertime. This area is very busy, so we need to know our options when it comes to anchorages. because Marinas and the small ports of the Ionian islands often get very, very packed. We're going to talk about the weather as well, okay? A few things that you really have to know about the local weather over there, which actually, and all this actually mean that hopefully you're gonna have a clear understanding of how to design your itinerary. And by designing your itinerary, I mean make a good planning in order to get the most out of your sailing trip, okay? The factors here is the time, the duration, the weather, and of course, your cruise preferences and desires. In essence, as I told you, what we like to share with you is our passion, because designing your dream sailing holidays is what we try to do for our holidays as well. So we're on the same page here about that. Now, let's pretend it's summer, we are on a boat, and we're ready to go and meet the Ionian, which I decided to kind of separate it in two areas. The North Ionian, which includes the very, very, very beautiful and very historic island of Corfu, or Kerkyra, which is the Greek name, Corfu, Kerkyra. And you can see here a fantastic image from the main city. The two little islands, which are two little gems of the Ionian, we are calling them Paxos and Adipaxos. This is an image from Paxos Island, and it's all the way inside to the main port. Very, very picturesque. And actually, useless information of the day. They're very, very famous, but it was the scenery, the main scenery of a Greek TV show that made it to Netflix, and everybody was asking, "Where is this location? Where did you make
Maestro.
it?" Maestro, you know that, right?
Maestro, beautiful, beautiful. We enjoyed it so much.
Even the Greeks were like crazy. Where is this place? Is this in Greece? You know, because many Greeks have never been there. You know, everybody was amazed. And I chose also Sivota, which is a mainland spot near Kerkyra, between Kerkyra and Paxi, another fantastic place with tiny islands that create a kind of a small sub-archipelago with fantastic places to roam around and sail around. Moving a little bit more to the south, and we're still on the central Ionian, one can find the other major island of Lefkada, Lefkas, a very cosmopolitan island, including some of the most recognizable shores and beaches, not only in Greece, but in the Mediterranean in general. The fantastic thing about Lefkada is that it's so close to the mainland that makes it very, very easy to approach. And between Lefkada and the mainland, there is like a group of even smaller islands, fantastic ones, perfect choice for those who want to do kind of the more isolated kind of holidays. You know, if you are seeking for some privacy and you want to be a little bit away from the main party, let's say, you have options like Meganisi over here, Kastos, fantastic little island over here, and of course Kalamos. So in order not to get me wrong about it, it is for those, as I told you, who want something more, you know, like away from the main action. But keep in mind that during summertime, and especially between July and August, this is one of the most packed places. Still, many options, many anchorages. The Ionian is full of anchorages and bays that you can just put your anchor down and do whatever you like and desire. Moving a little bit more to the south, we find the island of Kefalonia, right below Lefkada, the island of Kefalonia, which is one of the biggest islands in Greece in general. You can see here, this is a picture from an anchorage near Fiskardo. We're going to talk about Fiskardo a little bit later. Right next to Kefalonia and a little bit more to the east is Ithaca, Ithaki, the birthplace of the mythical Odysseus. Homerus wrote two big poems about this guy. So if you want to get a glimpse of what it is to be a king who sailed the seas in the ancient times, Ithaca is your place to live your myth. Another fantastic place, very picturesque, often being compared to Paxos, with so many anchorage options and everything. Now, more to the south and a little bit close to the Peloponnese is Zante. Zakynthos is the Greek name. Another fantastic island with amazing waters and an amazing history. This is the island, the birthplace of a Greek poet whose lyrics came to be the lyrics of the national Greek anthem. So much history between this island, and it has one of the most recognizable anchorages over there. You're going to see it in the picture later on. Zakynthos, Zante, is often overlooked because it is a little bit more away from the other ones, you know. But if you are going to go for this extra mile, Zakynthos will make you very happy and create unforgettable moments down there. Later on, I'm going to demonstrate some itinerary examples, and one of them includes Zante because I think that it's worth going all the way down there. And talking about that, I think that this is the right time to tell you that the Ionian Sea, okay, and the whole sailing area, which one can say that starts from Corfu and goes all the way down to Zakynthos, offers different marinas, different bases, charter bases, which means different opportunities, which are actually going to shape dramatically your trip. And I'm going to say few words about that. Over here, and this is the title of this slide, I'm just demonstrating the main marinas. One of them is in Kerkyra, Corfu, in a place called Rouvia, and this is an image from the island of Kerkyra and Rouvia Marina. Over here in the mainland, there is a fantastic, very beautiful town, the town of Preveza, which offers a marina as well. And the other main marina of the area, excuse me, is here, down here in Lefkada. Kefalonia has marinas as well, Sami and Agia Phimia. This year is going to be the first year that Zante is going into the game, and some big chartering companies here in Greece have declared that they will start operating from there as well. You can find different marinas even in Kefalonia, in Fiscardo, or whatever. What I'm trying actually to explain here is that if you take a boat from a certain marina, as I told you before, this is going to shape your itinerary. So you have to know your options, and this is why we're going to talk about this thing today. You have to know your options, because in order to do realistic planning, okay, you have to pick the right marina. So if you, for example, you want to visit the North Ionian Islands, you're gonna definitely go for a boat from Kerkyra. And this applies to, if you want to go more to the south, then you have to pick Preveza or choose Lefkada or whatever. I'm saying that because many times our guests, our clients, and you know, people who are coming here have not realized that it takes some hours to roam around the islands and all the areas. So you have to pick your marina very carefully, and for this you have to consult your agent. Mr. Ronan and Sailing Around is making a fantastic, a perfect job about that. Me as well, working and partnering with Sailing Around. I'm going to be at your disposal whenever you may want to gain more information. So, having said that the main marinas are there, okay, let's roam around the islands. I'm going to share my favorite spots, okay, the ones I love going again and again and again and again. Still, as I tend to say sometimes, I would need like just one webinar episode for each island. Now, given time we have, let's start from Kerkyra. Kerkyra is a big island. If you ask me, I like going there and spending 1 or 2 days in a row before making it my way to the next one. But for now, my 2 favorite places in Kerkyra. To the north, we have this fantastic beach of Agni. a very, very, very safe and very protected, a very protected anchorage over there. Great and let's say ideal, especially if you're arriving in Greece with your family. It offers fantastic waters, as you can see over here, and of course many choices to select for your lunch. The taverns here are amazing. Even these pontoons can serve as a point to reach the shoreline. The fantastic thing about Agni is that over here, a little bit more to the north, is a secondary port of Kerkyra, which is called Agios Stephanos, Saint Stephan. So it can serve as an alternative choice in case the other areas of Kerkyra are super busy. Going a little bit to the south, still in Kerkyra, what I love about this place, which is called Alikes Lefkimis, is actually the fact that this is very vast and very big coastline, has enough space for everybody. Another great place that I like visiting over there, once again, very well protected. Okay, if it tends to be a little bit more windy from the north, not that protected, but generally speaking, it's a very calm place that you can actually enjoy the whole day. For me, it's one of the points that I like dropping my anchor on the first day of my trip before going and moving on to the next island. Alikes is also very close to another port, which is over here in this big gulf, which is called Petritis. So you have like two alternative options in case the other areas are super busy. Petritis in Alikes and Agios Stephanos here in Agni. Now, let's move to the south and go to my favorite spots in Ionian, Paxos. Over here.
Also mine.
Oh. and Adipaxos over here. Paxos and Adipaxos, okay? Paxos is very picturesque. I mean, it's so beautiful. If you're into taking pictures or, I don't know, Instagrammers or whatever, this is the place for you to start developing your new project and portfolio. In the west side of Paxos, there is a fantastic bay, which is called Kypiadi. I like going over here, clear bottom, fantastic waters, as you can see, enough space for everybody. And it's very good, as I told you before, for those that want the less cosmopolitan version of the holidays. Again, it tends to be a little bit crowded during the summertime, but still, it's a fantastic place that you definitely have to do. Now, Adipaxos. Adipaxos has this fantastic gem over here, Voutumi. It's located on the very north of Adipaxos. You can see with your own eyes what is happening there with the waters. And I have to add here that this is also a very protected one. For me, if you come here and come and visit Ionian, spend 2 days at Paxos. You're going to be amazed of how many different options you're going to find there. And still, there will always be something that you leave behind for the next season. So, Voutumi in Adipaxos over here and Kypiadi in Paxos. No excuse not to go there, guys, okay? You definitely have to visit these places and then move inside the marinas and taste the amazing food. Because I have to mention here that throughout the Ionian, the food is fantastic with, a fantastic blend of the Greek traditional cuisine and kind of the Italian as well, okay? The influences from the neighboring country are huge, and this blend is fantastic. Now,
can I ask you a question before you go on?
Yes.
About the name Antipaxos.
Yeah.
Is it true that they call it Anti, not Paxos, because people who sail there ask, is it Paxos? And they say, no, it's not.
So Anti is a prefix in the Greek language, which means the opposite or the other one, okay? So you will find this Anti plus another name thing all over Greece. For example, Milos, Adimilos. Paxos, Adipaxos, or Paros, Adiparos. So I guess that back then the easiest way to give a name to another island is have a name for the main island, and let's say the other is the anti-island. Okay. So Lefkada. Lefkada is another very beautiful island of the Ionian, which is actually kind of reminding me Kerkira in the way that they're both very, very, very beautiful and very cosmopolitan at the same time. But still, you can find all the options that you may be seeing in Lefkada as well. For me, one of the best places in Lefkada is Poros, down here to the south. Another beautiful bay which blends the blue and the green color at the same time, with options to eat in the shore and very well protected. And one more time, this one is very close to another fantastic bay over here, which is called Sivota. Keep the name Sivota. I don't know if you remember that, but a few slides before, there was another Sivota in the mainland. So we have two Sivota, Sivota in Lefkada, Sivota in the mainland as well. Now, talking about the Sivota of Lefkada, this is another small marina, another not main marina over there that not only you can maybe charter your boat from, but you can use it as a secondary port as well. So keep that location in your mind. Poros, near Sivota, the whole area of the south of Lefkada for me is fantastic. It's very beautiful. I couldn't help but show you this very, very, very beautiful place, which is called Ekremni. I mean, the picture speaks for itself. The waters are from from another world, I guess. I like it very much. It's on the west side of Lefkada. You know, Ekremni alongside the Porto Kachiki, which is another very, very, very popular place in Lefkada, are considered to be two of the most recognizable beaches in the whole Mediterranean. I am actually demonstrating a shoreline that is exposed to the west. We do not usually sail this side of the Ionian, the west side of the islands, because there is an unpleasant swell that can develop every now and then, which actually makes things not hard, but you know, a little bit inconvenient. But still, if you find the right weather, you have to go over there for sure. Going back into the little gulf that is actually being created between Lefkada and the mainland here. And what I like doing here is in the island of Kastos, visiting the Wasp Bay. Actually, this is the name that you're going to find it with in all the navigational applications. To be honest with you, I never learned the true name, the Greek name of that. So it's the Wasp Bay, a fantastic bay which is located a little bit more to the south compared to the main port, which is over here. And when I say the main port, I'm talking about a very, very tiny, very picturesque place. All this area, the area of Kastos, which is actually the east part of the island, is full, as you can see from the picture, full of bays and anchorages. So you have like too many options. And as I told you before, please spend time. Don't rush for like 6 islands in a week time. Spend some more time in specific places, and you're going to this is going to reward you very, very, very much. So the other place that I love going is here, the tiny island of Kalamos, a little bit cosmopolitan as well, but still offering some fantastic places to visit. And my favorite is Porto Leone, which is located over here. And as you can see here in the picture, the boats are practicing a stern to the rocks. So they use the ropes in order to go stern to the rocks, which is very typical in the Ionian, not only because of the fact that many of the places that we actually go to have rocks that can serve as moorings, but at the same time, This is something that many people choose in order to spend somewhere the night, given the fact that the marinas and the ports are super busy. Still, I don't know what is your experience. I don't know each one and every one of you. Still, this takes some experience to do. So if you don't feel like doing it, just drop your anchor there and spend a fantastic and pleasant night out in the sea.
We have a very nice professional article about it.
Yes,
about how to do it the right way in our skipper's library.
Fantastic. So, and this skipper's library, Ronan, I'm going to show later on this dedicated section for the skippers, including all the information that you may need before hopping on a boat and start doing your vacation. Technical and very useful information. Now, where were we? Okay, Porto Leone. Let's go more to the south. Let's go more to the south, and this is an island that actually has so many options. As I told you, Kefalonia is big. She's big, she's beautiful, she blends the green with the blue. She offers so many opportunities, so many choices in terms of sea, of anchorages, and of food. Now, I stick to the north side for the purpose of this webinar. My favorite places, Myrtos. Myrtos alongside Egremna and Porto Cacique of Lefkada, and the Navajo of Zante, that we are going to show it to you a little bit later, are, I mean, the most photographed beaches of the Ionian, if not to say the whole Greece, I guess. A fantastic big bay with amazing waters. Once again, it's located on the west side. The swell is a problem, but please drop an anchor over here and just forget about everything. I don't know what else to say. Myrtos tends to be a little busy, and some other places as well in Lefkada, due to the daily cruises that take place over there. Generally speaking, and we're going to mention that in the conclusion, except for the chartered boats, okay, there are a lot of small boats in the Ionian, and many of them, like do daily cruises or whatever. So beware of that. These guys are a little bit angry sometimes. They think they own the place, blah, blah, blah. But of course, this is for everybody. I'm just mentioning that because it's a nice thing to know in order to stay out of the way of the daily cruises. You're going to figure out which ways they use or which routes, so away from them. Now, for me, after dropping an anchor in Myrtos, I like seeking some calmness and peace of mind in a very, very picturesque small village, fisherman village, which is called Assos, and it's like a few miles to the north after Myrtos. If you get the opportunity to go there, please put your dinghy down, go out to the shore, and spend some time walking around the fantastic medieval castle that is over there. A fantastic place, fantastic place. Now, on the other side of Kefalonia, still in the north, we have one of the most famous places in the whole Greece, which is called Fiskardo, a picturesque small fisherman village, again, which developed into a very cosmopolitan and very, very, very visited place. Fiskardo offers a small marina, enough rocks to do what I was actually explaining earlier to you, and of course, super opportunities and choices to taste fantastic food over there. There is one of my favorite taverns over there. It's called Maria's Tavern. I don't want to do, how do we say that, unethical advertisement. I have nothing to gain from that, but trust me, the food there is fantastic. Go there and eat everything, especially the fresh fish. All over the Ionian, the fresh fish is fantastic. Now, near Fiskardo, there is another place that I love going again and again. I mean, look at the picture, guys. It is called Foki. It's a little bit more to the south. What I like doing when I'm in this area is going all the way into Foki, spending some time there, like the swimming stop, It's very protected. Kids like it very much in case you're visiting here with your family. A very beautiful place. Actually, there is also a tavern at the end of this bay over here that you can visit. But I like going to Foki and then going all the way to Fiscardo. Even if I don't find some room in Fiscardo, some berthing place over here, I just drop my anchor to Foki. I use the dinghy to get out. It's like a 15-minute walk, and believe me, it's very rewarding. A fantastic place over there to go. So Foki and Fiscardo, Assos and Myrtos for Kefalonia. Let's move on to Odysseus' birthplace, which is Ithaki. Ithaki is sometimes it feels that you're part of the myth, I guess. Sometimes Ithaki has a very beautiful port over here, which is called Vathi, and this can be your last stop for the day. Near Vathi, though, there is this fantastic and very beautiful bay, Schinos, once again, as you can see. And this is something very different comparing to the Cyclades. The green and the blue. Cyclades tend to be, actually, they don't tend to be, with the exception of a few islands, they don't have so many trees, okay? The nature here in Ionian is something breathtaking, and it creates fantastic sceneries over here. So, Schinos near Vathi, very beautiful and very calm, with very calm anchorage, with a very beautiful seabed to just drop your anchor and spend your day. Now, in the north part of Ithaki, the seabed may not be as clear as in Schinos, as you can see from the picture. I don't know what this guy had in mind when he was going over there, actually, but anyway. He's taking some chances here, right? You can see the rocks all around him.
He paid for full insurance, so
exactly. Or maybe it's just his boat, so he can do whatever he likes, whatever. But Afales, you can see another fantastic bay in the north part of Ithaki. I love this white sand, like in Myrtos. You get to see this white sand all over the Ionian. So Afales for a very nice swimming stop before you make it inside Vathi, or maybe you are coming from the North Ionian. So Afales can serve as a stop fantastically. Now,
can I ask you an interesting question that
yes.
Amir asked? Sometimes you refer to islands as she in a female form.
Yeah, because
okay.
In Greek, the islands are female. The only masculine island, okay, is Poros in the Saronic. We have a few more, but the funny thing is that Poros is the most recognizable. So yeah, all the islands are ladies here in Greece. And the other thing, since we're talking about that, is that all the rivers have male names except for one in the Peloponnese. Don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to the island that in my introduction I talked to you about, and I told you that it's often very overlooked because of its distance compared to the other ones. But still, there are two fantastic places located in the north that you can do, and you don't have to spend extra miles and still be able to appreciate Zante as well, Zakynthos. In the north part of Zakynthos, this amazing place, it's called Blue Caves, Blespilles, which is actually translated into Blue Caves, offering amazing caves that you can go over down there and like do snorkeling and have fun. And the good thing about this beautiful place is that it's once again very near to a port over here, which is called Agios Nikolaos. And this can serve as a fantastic alternative option, given the fact that the main port is over here, which puts some more hours of traveling. So I chose to show you Blue Caves because of its proximity to the other islands, and of course, because they're very beautiful, and especially the people who love snorkeling are going to love the place as well. On the west side, another very, very recognizable picture from Greece, the picture from Navajo Bay. Navajo, which means in Greek, translates into English into the shipwreck. A very, 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 very popular place. It used to be closed. It's still because of some problems with the rocks over here, some rock falls or whatever, but it's operating again. You know what? It's still on the west side, and as I told you before when we were talking about Lefkada, the swell coming from the west, because guys, after the Ionian Islands, there is a huge open sea which goes all the way to Italy. So the swell can develop in a bigger form. And the other thing about it, excuse me, is the fact that when the Ionian gets to have the westerlies, things there are a little bit messy. Excuse me. But once again, if you find the right weather, please visit this place. Is fantastic. We've covered the island of Corfu, the island of Lefkada, 2-3 small islands near Lefkada, the Kefalonia Island, Ithaca, and Zakynthos. Before concluding about the Ionian, hoping that you have just a good impression of what it is to roam around these places, I chose to show you some of the mainland attractions as well. Because as I told you in the introduction, Ionian consists of islands, but the mainland opportunities are very, very beautiful as well, okay? And often is a very not problematic situation, but it gives us a hard time what places to choose. We have so many places in the island, so many good places in the mainland. Anyway, in the end, you can do whatever you like. But over here, one of my favorite towns in Greece, it's called Parga. A little bit more to the north, comparing to Preveza, and almost right across Paxi Island. You cannot see Paxos because they are behind this fantastic picture. I chose to demonstrate two instances of Parga, one from the night, one from the daytime, to convince you to go there, guys. It's an amazing place. It's very, very beautiful, as you can see. Over here, there is a fantastic castle that you have to roam around. Again, no excuse not to go to Parga if you have the time or it falls into your itinerary. So Parga, fantastic food, fantastic kind of old medieval city that you can roam around, the little alleys and everything. And very, very, very nice market to get provisions and supplies with fresh fruits and everything. You really have to visit it. More to the north and across Corfu, Kerkyra, one can find the big coastline of Plataria, another village offering a beautiful marina over here. Nothing super special about Plataria, except for the fact that it has beautiful waters, tends to be calm and protected sometimes. And the other thing is that you can enjoy your night over there. And, especially once again, if you have your family with you, it's going to be an amazing choice. Sivota, the last place that I'm going to show you today, still on the mainland, a little bit more to the south compared to Plataria. Sivota is actually a little village that gained its reputation because of the fact that there are small islands, 3 small islands right across the small village, creating fantastic little sailing routes in between them. This is on the island of Murtos, which is a small little green landing thing near Sivota, and this is Piscina Bay. Piscina in Greek means swimming pool. I think that is a very self-explanatory name for that place. It's like a swimming pool. And it's located on the Murtos Island, which is outside Sivota. It's a very, very beautiful area over there that you can literally spend like 2 or 3 days in a row just to visit this area. But what I told you about the daily boats and the small boats and the daily cruises, I'm sorry, Sivota is the place where this is happening big time. Many daily cruises and small boats at the same time. So if it is too much traffic for you, it's okay. So many other options for you to actually experience down in the Ionian. But if you find the right time to go, Piscina is one of the best places that you can visit. So that said, and after all these places that you can do both on the islands and in the mainland, it's the right time, I believe, to just give you some examples of itineraries, okay? The way we do it here sometimes when it comes to designing our route. In the first example that I'm going to show you, actually before anything else, these black numbers represent the different nights, okay? So night number 1, night number 2, and so on. I chose to give you 3 different examples, having in mind that you have 3 main marinas. So what I would normally do, and most skippers normally do, if they charter the boat from Kerkira, spend the first night, you know, the check-in usually is around the afternoon or early in the evening. So instead of traveling to a different island or place and traveling through the night, you can just go all the way down to Kerkira, south part of Kerkira, to spend the first night. Then I would spend the next couple of nights around the Paxi area, trying to explore as much places, as many places as possible over there. Then doing this extra mile all the way down to Lefkada for the 4th night, the north of Lefkada, keeping it close, you know, not going too much too far away, to have a realistic planning when it comes to my traveling times. Then on my way back, I would definitely go around the area of Preveza and of course Parga that I showed earlier to you. The 6th night, I would spend the 6th night around the area of Plataria and Sivota, like I showed you. And the 7th night, of course, is actually the checkout night back into the base. So this is an example, a sample example of an itinerary for someone who charters a boat from Lefkada. Second example, I'm assuming that someone has chartered the boat from Lefkada. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. But the first example is based on the cases that someone is chartering from Corfu. Now, second example, we are in Lefkada. I'm assuming someone is taking a boat from Lefkada. First night, the south of Lefkada. Second night, Kefalonia, and the third one as well, exploring the places over here, like Assos, as I showed you earlier, Mytos, Fiscardo, and so on. Fourth night, going to Ithaca. Sometimes I just spent 1 day in Kefalonia and 2 days in Ithaca. It's interchangeable. Fourth night in Ithaca, exploring the fantastic magical places over there. 5th and 6th nights, roaming around the small islands between Lefkada and the mainland. And then the 7th night back into the base. So this is actually kind of a circular kind of route that you can do around this area here. And believe me, even 7 nights are not enough to explore everything over there. Now, the third itinerary looks pretty much the same as the previous one. In this case, I'm assuming you have chartered the boat either from Lefkada or from Preveza. So, first night, South Lefkada again. Okay, the second one in Kefalonia, and then going for that extra mile to have a taste, a little taste of Zante as well. Third night, all the way down to Zakynthos. It's a little bit far away, but as I told you, it was doing it. Now, fourth night, on my way back to the base, and spent some time in Ithaca. Fifth night, the small islands of Lefkada, and the 6th night before going to the base, north of Lefkada. So all these islands have options of anchorages and small marinas in both the north side and the south side, which can serve fantastically your needs in case you don't know where to go next, and before like checking out from the boat and going back to the base. And as I told you before, there are so many anchorage options over there that it's going to take some time to really experience everything over there. Once again, this is just an example. There are actually 3 examples, because not only you can design your own itineraries and find some online, but the best place to find these itineraries online, alongside other information like Ronan said a little bit earlier, is on the sailingaround.com website. That there is a dedicated over here library section that contains all kinds of these kind of information, including itineraries, including mooring techniques, weather information, everything. Please spend some time exploring all this fantastic area over here, the Skipper's Library in the Sailing Around website, full of all the necessary and not only necessary information that one has to know before chartering a boat. Even for the more experienced ones, this is a great place to kind of, like refurbish your knowledge and everything. Back to our presentation. Example 3, okay, you have just an image of how you can design your itineraries over here. So, with another fantastic picture from another fantastic place in the Ionian, the conclusion about this area. A major alternative to the very famous Cyclades, the Ionian offers a blend of the blue and the green. Fantastic places that you can visit, countless choices and options when it comes to anchorages. Let's talk about weather. The weather in the Ionian tends to be calmer than in other parts of the Greek archipelago. This is what makes it the choice of newcomers, first-comers, and less experienced sailors. Tends to be calmer, and this actually is why this is why actually it is very, very crowded and very, very, very packed sometimes, especially during the super high season. But my advice for someone who has never chartered a boat and wants just a taste of Greece is go to the Ionian. That said, doesn't mean that there are not bad weathers that are developing here. Of course they are. The thing about it is that this area is mostly affected from the westerlies and the southerlies. And the good news is that you have options not to experience this kind of, let's say, bad weathers. The west side, as I told you before, tends to be more swelly most of the time, but it really worth going there when the weather is good. Many boats are practicing this stern to the rocks kind of thing. Take your time, explore your options. If you think you can do it, go for it. Skippers tend to be helpful, usually, with each other. But if it is too challenging, go to the Skipper's Library in Sailing Around and study how to do it, okay? Alongside the other information that you can find over there. Once again, traffic with the daily boats and, like the small boats, don't mind. Just, as I told you before, look where they're going, go to the other place. Generally speaking, it's a fantastic area full of fantastic options. And believe me, you're going to create unforgettable moments over there, not only in terms of sailing, but gastronomically speaking as well. The food is amazing. I'm a huge fan of food. Who isn't actually? And the people, the people are a little bit different. The Ionian Greeks are a little bit more crazy. They like singing very much, so the vibes there are fantastic. So I hope you found it interesting and you have some good information before coming to Greece. As always, first season following winds. I think enough from me. Thank you very much once again for being here, and hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Ronan and Guy, for having me here as well.
Thank you very much. Ευχαριστώ πολύ, Yanni.
Παρακαλώ.
We have some questions.
I'm here.
By the way, now is the time for questions. You can write in the questions and answer or in the chat. A skipper named Yaniv, which is very similar to your name, he asks about fishing. Is it legal? Is it not legal to fish in the Greek waters?
Yeah. For non-professionals and non-professional big fishing boats, it is legal. It doesn't affect the ecosystem that in the way that a big fishing boat, of course, would actually do. So yes, it is.
You can just fish from your sailing boat.
Exactly.
And it will be okay.
And this is also true of the scuba spearfishing guys. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not. There are some limitations, but generally speaking, if you're not a professional with a professional boat, it's okay. It's okay to do that. Yeah. So good luck with that.
Yeah, because it's not considered to be a fishing area. So
yeah, compared to some other areas, and especially the Aegean, yeah, but still, you know, all over Greece, if you are skilled and lucky, you can fish.
And aquaculture, what do you think about the aquaculture in Greece? And he asked, where are you from also?
I'm originally from Athens, where I'm located. I was born here, raised here, living here. But it doesn't matter where you come from when it comes to the sea. You know, there are very few places here in Greece which are more than 2 hours away from the sea. So the good thing is, even though most of us were born and raised in the big cities, we were always out in the sea. So yeah, from Athens originally. Aquaculture.
Yes, I'm not sure what did he mean by that. Maybe about what do you think about skippers? How do they treat the ocean? Or
okay, yeah. In lack of another word, let's say that generally speaking, during the last couple of years, things are getting better, which means that in the past, some of the legislations applying to the seas and everything were not being followed correctly. I'm not going to lie about that. And I like doing heavy criticizing for my country sometimes. But anyway, I think that during the last couple of years, things have got better. Generally speaking, the Greek skippers, especially the younger ones, are very helpful out there, following the rules. Of course, this is the general rule. There are always exceptions. And as a professional skipper, I've been experiencing these exceptions. I have experienced these exceptions sometimes.
Yeah, but it's very nice to see that the young generations behave better than the old generation. Yeah,
yes,
they have more.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, another question about what is your recommendation about the length of the mooring when you do Mediterranean mooring? And is it better to tie the line to a tree or to a rock? Is it legal to tie the line to trees?
Yes, it is. No problem about that. As long as the tree is strong enough, and you're not going to just take it out of the ground.
I think that I heard that in Turkey it's not legal.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I'm not aware of that. I don't know about that there.
Yes, in Turkey it's illegal. It's all like a marine reservation, and it's illegal.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if in all of Turkey, but in Göcek.
That makes sense because they have many marinas in Turkey and many good marinas. So they're trying to avoid
Yeah, but they put I forgot the word in English, but you have a way to tie your ropes. They put it there. You don't have to use trees.
Okay, okay.
And do you have a recommendation regarding the length of the line?
Okay, this is a multi-factor thing because it has to do. You have to take into consideration where you're, in what depth you are dropping your anchor. Which means that if you drop an anchor at 20 meters, okay, depth, and you start going all the way to the back, for me, at least 20 meters or something. So to spend a night, a quiet night, without having to worry all the time about how close am I to the rocks or whatever. Okay, so yeah, it's, let's say, approximately there, 20 meters.
What else? Anyone? No, I think that's it. Right?
Oh, no more questions?
Do I miss something? About about ocean agriculture? About do you have like fish caves in the sea somewhere? Fish caves?
Fish caves?
Yeah.
Where they feed fish, you mean? Yeah, of
Inside,
course.
yeah, inside the sea.
Yeah, there are some of them. Actually, quite plenty of them all over Greece. Yeah.
Yes. And another question, yes, thank you, about Sami. Sami in Kefalonia.
Kefalonia, yes. It's a beautiful place. Mostly it's like the port that is covering the ferry routes between the Kefalonia and Peloponnesos, the Peloponnese. Beautiful place.
With a cave,
And
right? There is a cave over there. There is a nice cave.
Yeah, the thing about Sami though is that and it is very there is a smaller marina over there, is that, you know, it's a little bit too far away from some other worth seeing points over there, but still, yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for the compliments. I hope you enjoyed it. Indeed, it looks beautiful. Everything looks beautiful, of course.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And you are all invited to make contact to me via email, phone, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. I think I'm available for you. Thank you, everybody.
Kalinechta.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, Kalinechta in Greek, yeah. Okay.
So thank you very much, Kalinechta, Aristopoli.
Good night.
And we will see you in our next episode.
In the next episode, of course. We forgot to say that. Okay, everybody, here again next time. Thank you very much.
See you. Have a good night.
See
Thank you very much.
Yanis. It was very good.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.